Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Haki Kage, and we're here on JJKPhantomParade. It's the JP version, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just like getting over an illness. Like, I'm not completely over it now, but it's about that time to make this showcase. It's the best out of the big three. This guy, out of all the hidden inventory characters, this, to me, I think should be priority number one. Yellow Teen Gojo. And bro, when I say he is just like, in my opinion, he's probably second best unit in the game right now. As of now, Sukuna has not dropped yet. He drops in 2 days, so he could be this next, like, he could be second best, first best in the game. I don't know, but the only person I consider better, the only unit better than this guy is Domain Expansion Gojo, in my opinion. But this Gojo, Teen Gojo, he's crazy. A lot of people, you know, debate whether Yellow Itadori is better than this Gojo, but to me, no way. This Gojo is just too good. But we're going to be showcasing this guy on this team. At first, what I want to do is bring him in to this Formidable Foe battle, this Extreme 2, and we're going to show him here. We're going to show that this stage doesn't even hold a candle to this guy, and then after that we'll take him into Tower. I'm not sure what stage in Tower yet, but we'll see. But yeah, let's break down what he does, and there you will show off his skills. Okay, one thing I forgot to say, guys, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just show off the GOAT real quick. This Inumaki, I just love having him on the team, of course. Okay, first, let's go over what his characteristic is. His characteristic is when critical hits performs, he increases his own damage. There's no percentage for that I can see, so I don't know how much it increases, but... And then next we'll talk about his passive. Is Limitless Curse Technique. It's at the start of battle, he grants attack immunity for 2 turns. So the same as how all the other Gojos can't be hit, or they're just immune to everything in the game. He gets that for 2 turns from the start of battle. Increases his own damage received by 30% for 2 turns, which obviously doesn't really matter because, you know, attack immunity. And he increases his own Jujutsu damage special by 5% for 4 turns. This can obviously be stacked. We've got to talk about that a bit more in a second when we get over to skill 2, but for now we'll talk about skill 1, which is coverage and strike. And that's it deals melee combined damage equal to 208% taijutsu and 158% jujutsu to a single target. This is at level 10, by the way, and it has a 35% chance to inflict taunt on the enemy. So this is good, like, especially if you have his Limitless curse technique up, so that he is immune to all you know, everything in the game. And then you hit this, so he's able to just basically be your tank if you can have him you know, taunt the enemy. Oh, and also skill 1 also fills up his ultimate skill gauge more than other skills. So if you're trying to get that ult gauge up, hit that skill 1 and it will jump the gauge up quite a bit. And then skill 2, it grants attack immunity for... Okay, so skill 2, basically it's like 2 different skills. So at the start of battle, it's got different effects than, you know, after some turns have passed. So in the beginning, it will increase his own Jujutsu damage. Basically, while the passive is active, where he increases his own Jujutsu damage for 5% for 4 turns, it would make skill 2 a different skill, it will do different things. So while that's active, he will increase his own damage by 80% for 4 turns. Crazy. So you can just stack that, which I recommend you do, by the way. So in at least minimum the first 2 turns, stack that 80% damage increase. So hit his skill 2 twice at least, and then maybe his skill 1 to get his ult gauge up, and then boom, you're doing crazy damage on your ult. And it also increases his own critical hit rate by 30% for 4 turns. So it's crazy. His skill 2 is amazing. Like, more often than not with this character, you're gonna just be spamming skill 2, skill 2, skill 2, skill 2, and then you're just gonna nuke the field with his ult, and everyone's just gonna be dead. But when his passive is not active, his skill 2 will change, and it will change to Limitless Curse technique, where it will grant him immunity for 3 turns again. So it will give him that attack immunity for 3 turns, and it will increase his own Jujutsu damage by 30%, and increase his own Jujutsu. No, my bad. It increases his own Jujutsu damage by 5% for 5 turns, which is the same as the passive. So once that's active, then for 5 turns, skill 2 will turn back into the other effect, when you can keep stacking his damage again like that. It's crazy. And it increases his own damage received by 30% for 3 turns. So there's that. So essentially, his skill 2 makes you stack a whole ton of damage while you have his passive active, and then when his passive runs out, then skill 2 will basically turn into a trigger to reactivate that passive, and then you can keep stacking his damage with the other effect of skill 2 again, if that makes sense. And then his skill 3 is Limitless Convergence, which deals 433% ranged Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, decreases the selected enemy's damage by 30% for 2 turns. So this is basically a debuff on the enemy. It's for 2 turns, so you won't stack. But yeah, it's still pretty good. And then his ult, which is Curse Technique, Maximum Curse Energy Output Blue. It just deals 1,503 ranged Jutsu damage to all enemies, and it's 5 hits, so that's gonna be doing tons of damage, tons. So this guy is crazy. But like, let's look at him in game. First, we'll start off with his skill 1. Really, I just want to stress that I'm just gonna do his skills in order right now, just to show his skills. But usually, turn 1, you're gonna want to just be hitting his skill 2. I love his animations too. Just drag him in, and look how much damage that does straight away already. Okay, let's get back to him. Then his skill 2. Like I said, while his passive is active, his skill 2 will look like this, and this will just keep buffing him. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we'll do skill 3, which will be Jujutsu damage plus 30% damage debuff on the enemy. He basically killed Todo with that. That's crazy work. We'll just go back to skill 1, so he kills here. Alright, my bad. Inomaki, he's just doing it himself. Okay, here we'll do this. We've shown off the skills now, so we'll do this. Okay, you see how this has changed now? The symbol's changed because now I can activate this and basically reactivate my passive and reactivate Limitless Curse technique. So let's show you that. And now that his passive is activated, skill 2 will change again, and I can start using skill 2 as I can see, I can still, and now I can use that to stack once again. But we'll do his ult here. He'll probably just wipe everyone else. Like, remember, whatever damage he does here, crazy. Look, he just destroys them. And it could have been way more powerful. Remember, I was not focusing on stacking or buffing him in that time. So we'll do this. We also didn't hit this memory that we have on Nanami, so his damage could have been way higher. And then we'll hit this. Because we just want to stack with him and then nuke the field. Okay, I just want to see now, because I should stack again, but I just want to see if I hit this, how much of his ult gauge we still have to fill. It does say that his skill 1 does fill his ult gauge quite a bit, so we'll see how much it does it here. And his ult gauge is up, and he breaks him, and it's just crazy. And now it's a wrap. I can guarantee that we won't even need to stack here. Even though it would be good to, by the way. But we have to take this guy into tower, because the rest of the game most of the game just is not strong enough for this guy. Like, it's just, look, he's done. They're just done. Like, he clears the game easy. That's why tower is the only thing that can stand in his way. But yeah, I'll meet you at tower. Okay, so we're on floor 26 of tower. So let's just show off what this man can do. Let's hit this and let's just keep stacking. Let's just stack like crazy. This Gojo is so good. Like, I love him. Like, I want people to know that this guy is literally priority 1 in my opinion. Like, for global players, I mean, like, you guys are just all worried about what's going on in JP, but with this guy around the corner, just focus on him. In my opinion, this guy, he's priority 1. Like, I'm not joking. Let's just keep stacking. Let's get his ult up. That's fine. So obviously his Limitless was not active there because it's only 2 turns in the start of battle. But obviously, we still have to wait a few turns before we can use his, Limitless again, because his passive is still active, like the other part of his passive. So for now, we can just keep, stacking his attack. Okay, he done quite a bit of damage to Gojo there, I'm not gonna lie. Let's use his ult and see what it does. Like, to be fair, we should have stacked his attack a bit more. But remember, this Gojo does not leave the field. Wow. That's crazy work right there. That's crazy. Like, you guys have to know how crazy that is. Like, for real. And then we can hit this. Like, I wish the game done a better job of showing us the damage numbers, because it's so hard to see. But bro, you saw, like, Gojo, he's crazy. This guy, he's nuts. He just self buffs as well as everyone else just buffing him, and then he's just clearing the field. Like, look, that's all she wrote. I'll hit another skill 1 and that's done. And he had another ult ready to go if you weren't dead for some reason. Right, bro. This guy. Now, what more can I say? Like, you've seen it here. He is literally that guy. But with that being said, like, I better just go over my quick conclusion. Tinjo, he is my favorite unit in the game, other than Domain Expansion Gojo. Like, them two are my favorite units. This guy is the best yellow in my opinion, and he's just crazy. Like, all his skills are nuts. And he's just fun to play too. Like, you'll go through tower and there's not a single yellow tower stage that you run into, and this guy isn't just gonna dominate. So yeah, this guy is priority 1 He's the best out of the free hidden inventory characters, and he is who global players should be saving for right now. So when he does drop, probably in February, you make sure you guys get him. But that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I thank you for watching. Consider hitting a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below and tell me if you're crazy enough to not get this guy. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.